Well, good morning and welcome to Integrative Preparedness. How are you all today? I'm Steve Smith. You've landed on Integrative Preparedness, what I'm starting to think of as the Intelligent Preppers channel, because we have so many smart people who belong here. We don't talk about being scared. We talk about being prepared. I want to talk about today one of the fears that a lot of people have, and one of the scare tactics that's used a lot with people is this idea that your money is going to become worthless. Okay, so I want to talk about that and brings a little reality to the situation before we get that. And if you're new to us, welcome, by the way. You'll find that we're a little bit different channel. We really are a community, and very often when I start, I'll have a few announcements to make that are of interest to the other members here. One of the first things that I want to say is that some of you from several videos, I haven't put up a lot here recently, but I'm back at it now. Remember me showing what one of our viewers sent me, had this beautiful Second Amendment wreath with 223 shells all around it, right? And of course in there is the Second Amendment. I did want to say that, let me back that up so you can see it. There we go. This will be going on my new office. I did want to say that you can get these on their Etsy store, Full Circle Homestead, and it's just beautiful. And these are great people. I mean, if you're with us on, I believe that sometimes they comment on the YouTube channel, but mostly they're over, I believe, on the Patreon channel. But you can get these because people have asked in the comments, and I wanted everybody to see. These are beautiful. Full Circle Homestead on Etsy, and you will love it. The other thing we have been, and some of you know that I've been a little bit out of commission for a while. My son has been taking over all of the business aspect, the shipping. If you could see behind over to your right, I guess, you would see stacks of boxes and envelopes. He worked late last night. We've been trying to catch up on shipping all of the orders of the t-shirts and the books and the mugs, and both the American Reversion mugs and the Stonemont mugs and all this kind of stuff. The website's been going crazy, and with me being out of commission for a little bit, it has all fallen on him. Now, he pretty much does everything. He runs our website. He designed our website. He runs all the orders fulfillment, does most of the printing. The guy is amazing. 17 years old. Just amazing. But he has just been inundated. And I believe we just now got caught up with all of the orders. I think there's actually 2 that we still need to get out. But that's just been something, and I wanted to give him full credit about that. There might be a couple of other things. Maybe we'll get to it, but I want to get to this. A lot of people are fearful of this idea that your money is going to be worthless, however soon, right? Occasionally I will see it in the comments section here, not that much, but I mean, I see it in comment sections of other channels a lot. So let me say this. I had a guy come to me and tell me that he had studied. He got into the whole thing, and it actually was the first that I had started thinking about the Fed, the Federal Reserve, and all that, and fiat currency. And he warned me against the dangers of fiat currency and told me that the money was going to be pretty much worthless very, very soon. Do you know when that was? The reason that I know the year, because it was a guy who told it to me at the Republican National Convention in Kansas City in 1976. And he just was sure. and was trying to convince everybody that this fiat currency that we were all dealing with, and some people who use that term, many of them don't even know what that means, was soon going to be worthless. Okay. Since 1976, I have been able to buy a lot of things with my fiat currency, and you have too, right? One of the things that I won't say upset me because I don't really let it affect me that much. There's just a lot of BS, to be real honest. There is so much BS put out there in the preparedness world. There are so many people that need to be frightened on a daily basis to give them a reason to function. For some reason, there's a psychology there that I won't try to delve into. It might be interesting to do it, but not today. And where there's a need, it's like when you have junkies, the pushers are there, right? When the people have a need, when they have an addiction, the people are going to be there to provide it. That's too bad, because it's kind of a snake eating its own tail kind of thing. And the more this goes on, the more this information is propagated, and the more people have a tendency to believe it, the more people get frightened, the more people, ask me, oh my gosh, what should I do with my money? And I say, stockpile it, spend it, save it. Was your money good last year? Was it good in 1976 when this guy was first telling me the fiat currency isn't going to be any good for very much longer? You better put it in gold and silver. And now, if you'd put it in gold and silver way back then, yeah, it would have been good, but a good investment. But we're not getting into that right now, okay? Your money is going to, it continues. Okay, whatever you need, it's money that gets it for you, in that exchange. And I'm not talking about spiritual and emotional and things like that, But the money system is the system by which we trade with each other goods and services. Yes, there has been inflation. Yes, there has been ups and downs. Yes, there have been financial difficulties. There has been all sorts of challenges. There have been much fewer challenges for those who make good financial decisions. The point is this: don't be so worried about your money not being worth anything. Now, I know right now there will be people typing away, these people who have fallen prey to this idea because they're just bound and determined that money isn't going to be any good. So, and usually, to be real honest, I don't mean this in a mean way. Most people who think that way, they don't have much money. And so they think about this as a way to make themselves feel better. I know that is tough love. That is horrible. That you shouldn't be saying that on a preparedness channel. But see, I talk about real preparedness, not scaredness. And if you are going to be truly prepared, one of the most important things is your financial preparedness. Again, a lot of preppers don't like to hear that because they want to be thinking about rice and beans and bushcrafting. Okay, now, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, bushcrafting is fun. I used to love camping. Okay, can do it again yes, I could go live in the woods if I need to. Okay, I prefer not to. I have a nice house that I prefer to live in. Okay, for which I pay with my money. Don't be concerned about this. There's the reports about, oh yes, there's CBDC. The cryptos are the only way to preserve your wealth. The cryptos are the way to get out of the system. They're not getting out of the system. They're not getting out of the system at all. If you've watched a couple of things that I've put up over on the financial channel about how the IRS is working to get your proceeds from crypto. Crypto can be a real problem. not going to get into that here, but it's not the savior for this. And while CBDC, which if you aren't familiar with it, look into it yourself, can be a real danger in the future, it's not an imminent danger. Okay, it's not going to happen next week. Don't let people scare you about this. Don't let people scare you about, oh, your banks are going to be closing, they're taking your accounts, and they're doing this and that. It's not going to happen. You know, hopefully you're not one who needs something to be afraid of in order to get out of bed in the morning. You know, hopefully you, and most people we have on this channel are not like that. You know, most of the people here are very intelligent people who prepare as a result of their sense of responsibility and their intelligent decisions. By the way, I want to invite you, if you're not with us over on the Patreon channel, that is really the Prepper Academy over there. As good as our people are on the YouTube channel, which is why we're not a big channel. We're a very small channel, and that's because I don't appeal to a lot of people who want all that fear stuff. But if you come over to the Patreon channel, and I invite you over there, the link is down below. That's an amazing resource for someone who is serious about preparing. We have some unbelievably bright people over there with a very broad and deep range of skills and knowledge bases. Come join us over there. You'll be glad you did. If you don't just want to be scared of stuff. Okay? I don't want to go through my life being scared of stuff. You shouldn't either. I'm sure you don't. So don't be afraid about this. When you hear about people talking about how your money is going to be worthless, how fiat currency this and fiat currency that, relax. Your money's good. Your money was good 10 years ago. Oh, but it's lost its buying power. Yes, it has, but hopefully your earning power has increased. See, that's how it works. And if your earning power hasn't increased, the problem is yours. You need to increase it. It's in your hands. Yeah, inflation works, but you know, inflation can work for you too. I'm not going to get into that again. You get into the finance, it gets very complicated, but it can work for you. Don't let inflation bum you out. Okay, some of the food that we buy now is twice as much as it was last year. Okay, you know what we do? We make allowance for it. That's one of the reasons that we prepare, because we're eating food that we bought at prices 5 years ago. Okay, I'm going to do another one on that. There's things to buy right now. I'll save that for the next video. There are things you want to buy right now in the next several months. Okay. Oh, by the way, I just put one up for those of you who may be interested. Did I say this? I don't think I did. If you want to, you know, one of the most important things you can do for your preparedness is your health. One of the most important things you can do for your health is getting rid of any extra weight you've got, meaning fat, because none of us are overweight, we're over fat, right? And I just put one up over on the Patreon channel about how I have lost 34 pounds in the last 2 months. I went from 212 to 178, which is right what I weighed in the police academy 48 years ago. There's a way to do it, and you should do it if you care about yourself, if you care about preparedness. There's way too many so-called preppers out there. They got all the gear plus an extra 150 pounds they're carrying around with them, you know. But don't worry about this stuff. Money is important. Your money worked 10 years ago. It works today. It's going to continue to work for a long time. Make it. Increase your income, because that helps you increase your preparedness. And do prepare for that day when currency and fiat money may not work. But that day is not coming soon. It's not coming soon, so stop being afraid of that. Prepare for it. Don't be scared of it. Okay? All right, listen. You all, and I should have mentioned this, by the way, that this and all of my videos, if you really care about preparedness, are brought to you by my books, the Stone Mount series. The reversion, the revival, the renewal, an appeal to heaven, the blessings of freedom, and hostages to fortune. Yes, I'm working on the 7th one. These are the complete plan in novel form, a great story about good people, bad people, exciting stuff. It's a complete plan, I say, about how to prepare for, how to survive, and how to rebuild after a complete collapse of everything. They're available on Amazon, but the best place to get them is directly from me on our website, stonemont.us. I put the links down below in the information section and a pinned comment. And if you get them from me, it lets me sign them for you. You get to put in there, it'll say, would you like Steve to sign something in your book? You can say, please sign this or that or whatever you want. So there you go, stonemont.us. You all have a good day. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. And preparing well does not mean being scared. So make your money, invest it, use it wisely. It's going to be an important tool for some time to come. Prepare for the day that it may not be, but that day is not tomorrow. Okay, you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.